Welcome to another week right here on 30 Minutes on Citi TV. My name is AJ Sarpong. Starting it off from sad news we got on Saturday. One of Ghana's most illustrious sons, Kofi Annan, passed away at the age of 80. We bring you all social media reactions and everything else inclusive. And I'm here with the beautiful
Melissa, Aouad. Welcome back, guys. We are live and direct. Of course, like we always say, use the hashtag. We want to hear from you. All our social media handles at Citi TV, Facebook and Twitter. And of course, myself and AJ Sarpong and Melissa on Twitter. But of course, not only the passing of Kofi Annan, but some of his most famous, some that you may not have even seen before. And hopefully RM will be right back.
So the amazing Kofi Annan passed away on Saturday at the age of 80 after an illness. He died in Switzerland. Very sad news that came across, and everyone has been paying their respects to a man that definitely revolutionized diplomacy and was a man that by a speech, by a handshake, by his presence alone could quench wars, I believe.
Yeah.
What are some of your fond moments of Kofi Annan?
Do you know what I love about him is his poise.
Yes.
And I love his poise, and he's been described as a very humble man. He had a lot of humility, and then also, but with that humility came such strength.
True.
Yeah, so I was able to talk with some of his colleagues here in Ghana, and his poise. Such a fine gentleman. So
much so. I honestly really wanted to interview him. I think for the longest time, I feel he was the epitome of diplomacy. Like, he was poised, as you rightly said. He was dignified. He knew just what to say. He can blast you and then say it in the most calm and the most articulate manner. You'd be like, wow, yes, I really deserve those blasts. Yes, I have not done enough for the UN. I have not done enough for my country. Like, he had a way of putting things across that was pleasing to the ear, but also very profound.
That's it.
So, wow. I really lost a gem.
Oh,
and
hero.
Bona fide Ghanaian hero. It's going to be interesting to see who else is going to come out, at least from this country, that is going to be able to hold on in the diplomatic field the way he has.
Absolutely.
But, let's see what's going to be happening. Firstly, we should go into a few things about Kofi Annan. Starting it off with his swearing in. So we all have heard of his swearing in 1997, I believe it was, and that I think was one of the most iconic moments. The first black person from sub-Saharan Africa to be crowned a UN General Secretary, and it was very, 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 very amazing. I was a little too young then to actually be paying attention.
I think we were, but it was an iconic moment, and not just for Ghana, not just for Africa, but you know, for the rest of the world, to see this African man who went to local schools, you know, had your typical Ghanaian upbringing, and just blew everyone out the water. And he's become a legacy and a legend. It's phenomenal.
Absolutely. And on Friday, so Aretha Franklin died on Friday, and Kofi Annan dies on Saturday. Quite an interesting weekend that we have, losing two greats back to back. But taking a look at Kofi Annan swearing in at the UN all the way back in 1997.
Kofi Annan.
I, Kofi Annan,
solemnly swear to exercise in all loyalty, discretion and conscience, the functions entrusted to me as Secretary General of the United Nations. Congratulations, sir.
Wow, that just has to give you chills.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Hey,
in front of the entire world, and then every time he's referencing a Ghanaian boy, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Better say that doing very well and put some respect on it.
That's it.
We're going into what social media has been saying about Kofi Annan. People have been reacting, sending in their condolences and expressing their grief on the passing of this very great man. So starting it off in some social media reactions on our feed that we've... It's matter of fact, he's trending even today.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where you go is R.I.P. Kofi Annan or UN or something related to that. But taking a look at social media commentary going on there, if we have it now, or if not, we could even go and taking a look at some social media reactions right about. So Dan Rather says the death of Kofi Annan a few days back has led to much personal reflection. I know him. I respected him, a very decent man in hard work. Absolutely, yes. I mean to that. Moving on to more social media commentary from Francis Chinsa. Even as a student, I stood by.
Right there, he was sitting. You remember him sitting on the floor in the dust amongst refugees.
Wow.
Yeah, and they talk about just how he was, how people. You know, sometimes with some of his own staff members, they'll try to say, "Oh, one or two people at a time." And he was like, "Oh no, let them come," and you know, he'll embrace people and all that.
Wow.
He was just a wonderful man.
Absolutely,
truly lost a hero.
Yeah, we have
amazing.
People that get into the thick of it. You know, you can. I mean, you can mention someone like Princess Diana, like, because he really was in the thick of it, and even I remember looking back at some of his documentaries, like he expressed so much profound regret with the Rwandan genocide because he felt he didn't do enough. And this is, if someone can own up to him and say, you know what, I could have done enough to help people, but I didn't, so I'm going to make sure I spend the rest of my life trying to help others. That is so much commendable. It's absolutely amazing. Well, going back into more social media commentary, because people haven't talking and we are getting the reactions straight to you. So going into commentary from Facebook. So we put out a poll or a post on our Citi TV page, and of course do follow us at Citi TV GH on Twitter, Facebook, and as well on Instagram. So starting it off, there have been suggestions that the Kumasi airport should be named. A particular one, Flagstaff House should rather be named after him.
Deserves the Accra Airport, not Kumasi. Please inform me on the reasons why we have the internationalist. We can't limit him to just Ghana, but we already have a facility named after him. That's the Kofi Annan Peace Facility named after him.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it being named after his life, because he was all about peacekeeping.
Absolutely.
So how about the foreign institute, the training site for diplomats being named after Kofi Annan, or something also in relation to his diplomatic field, or alluding to his diplomatic field. So maybe something in that area as well we can consider naming after him. And perhaps where he is from, he grew up, he was born in Kumasi, so maybe it also makes sense that someone as he was brought up, or like he's born in Kumasi, would have a Kumasi airport named after him. So I don't know. I think it is.
We'll see how it goes. But I think we should go into some more social media commentary.
Absolutely. So going into some more social media commentary. What are your thoughts about it as well? Hashtag 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think the Kumasi airport should be named after him? Do you think we should be doing a lot more to be named after? Do you believe some people are saying that, well, how about we named it after him before he died? Well, all your thoughts are, well, let us know. Hashtag 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and tell us all your thoughts about it as well. Hit us up at Melissa as well and tell us, do you believe named after the Kumasi airport, or we should name perhaps after Kofi Annan? Going into events that I think was very significant to him, as when he was named a Nobel Peace winner. So he won it in 2006, 2007, around that point in time. Well, taking a look at his amazing ceremony, where it was seen by a lot of diplomats and people from across the world.
Peace must be sought above all, because it is the condition for every member of the human family to live a life of dignity and security.
Serious dignitaries serious?
I feel like I saw France in Kente. I don't know if I thought tweet at us if you think
I thought I saw him too.
Yeah,
I
honestly saw someone who looked like, I believe it was ex-president or former president Kofi in the front row at that point in time, which I mean is very significant that you'll be there.
That is an iconic moment.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Charlie.
So anyway, well, moving on. So yes, so we have the Nobel Peace Prize, the swearing in. These are all iconic moments, but of course there's more. And we're going to.
You know, he was a very influential man, and his speeches.
That's it.
Speeches were honestly iconic. But we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking at some quick excerpts from his fantastic speeches that have made history. And as well, there's some interesting parts of Kofi Annan in certain places. You might be wondering, really? Well, all this and more when we come back. This is 30 Minutes. Don't go anywhere.
For people who would be conservative all year round, when it gets to Charlotte, everyone is like bearing their inner essence, like they want to be free.
Connected.
Other people want to do it if they see you happy doing it, so you share the energy, and also in a very strong atmosphere.
Tune in to The Point of View. Further, he will bring the right questions and get you the real insights you need on the big stories for the day.
I said, property tax, I will pay. If you come to my house, I'll cut you a check. But when did I do my presentation? February.
Yes.
Or February, yes, sometime. Nobody has come to my house.
Really?
And, you know, that's the reality we must all come to live with.
The Point of View with Bernard Afle, Monday and Wednesday nights, only on Citi TV.
Yeah, tune in to Citi TV right here on, well, I'm going to say Citi TV right here on 30 minutes, but 30 minutes right here on Citi TV. Yeah, there's live TV, anything can happen. It's my mantra, I say. My name is AJ Sarpong. I'm here with Melissa Aouad, aka Melly Mel for Real. Catch you on social media at Melly Mel for Real. But going into what's been quite a sad weekend. Passed away on Saturday at the age of 80, and we're going through some social media reactions and as well some I won't say never before seen footage. It's been seen before, but just not rare footage of Kofi Annan. But there's been some commentary going into our live Facebook updates or comments. People have been posting some of their fondest memories, their thoughts on if Kofi Annan should be named, or the Kumasi Airport should be named after Kofi Annan, and everything else inclusive. So taking a look at our Facebook comments on Citi TV or Citi FM and then Citi TV as well. Starting it off with a few comments. This one he had passed on. Attracted over to death, I would have suggested. Wow. Okay. Moving on to the next one.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So
Ghana and moving on into some more social media commentary from Stephen Kwame. One day, RIP. Work and acquiring some properties, one will finally leave for eternity. Devon Bafo, RIP can't be replaced. You know, being one of the first women of color as a supermodel.
Yeah.
Comforted by the information after speaking to
respect
and honor that he
deserves. There's 3 speeches that he put up that some people believe are quite powerful. Taking a look at 3 amazing speeches that Kofi Annan earlier on in his years.
Perhaps if we had persevered from Darfur, where the continuous spectacle of men and from their homes, their villages, claim as an international community to shield people from the worst abuses. I depart convinced that today is united but before. Yet our work is far from complete. Indeed.
You know, watching those, it just makes me realize how difficult it must be to give those kind of speeches.
Really?
How? What? Like, can you do it?
No.
Eventually.
Perhaps, but even with that, like the way he says, it lets you know that our work is very hard to be done, or there's quite a lot to be done. And matter of fact, it may never be done. Like, you understand how daunting it is to be in his position. It's a very, very difficult job. Juggling people, countries, governments, and being the one that's able to negotiate and move around all these. It's a very complicated situation.
God bless him.
And now moving on into him coming to Ghana. So one interesting thing, after he was given the head of UN, he actually did come to Ghana very soon after to sort of hold him up and then get a look back at the country in which he is our illustrious son. So taking a look at when he came into Ghana a couple of years ago.
Let me say how happy I am to be back home. And I would also want to thank President Rawlings, the government of Ghana, and the people of Ghana for the support I received throughout this appointment. It was not an easy process, rather complex, but I did get the support I needed.
Sit down. Sit down. Let me also take this opportunity, even though I've done so in the writing.
Wow. GG.
As we could hear Evans in the background. In the studio.
But it's so nice to see him. And you know one thing I've realized, I've never seen, I'm talking about Kofi Annan. I feel like a baby now. But moving into
speaking of young, one of the most iconic children's educational television shows had the honor and the privilege of having Kofi Annan on as one of their guests, and he looked like he had a bit of fun.
Charlie, I had no idea that Kofi Annan was so chilled.
Yeah, so I think let's take a look at Sesame Street with Kofi Annan. Let's take a look.
Is there a problem I can help you with?
Well, that depends. Who are you?
My name is Kofi Annan. I'm the Secretary General of the United Nations.
Oh, well, Elmo is Elmo, and this is that's Lulu, and that's Rosita, and this is Zoe, and that's Grover, and that's Kelly. We're the general masters of Sesame Street.
Yeah, you got that.
And what is the problem?
Well, Elmo wants to sing the alphabet, Mr. Annan. But he always sings it. I want to sing it.
I believe that you sang it last time, Zoe. I really think that it's my turn.
No, it's my turn.
No, I should sing it because I am so cute.
What about me? I like to try.
Wait a minute. You have no problem.
No?
No? Why don't you sing it all together? Let's sing the alphabet all together.
Together?
Together.
That's so crazy. It might just work. Let's try it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm so happy. Singing together was the best thing to do. I want to give you a big hug and a big kiss. That is a great idea.
I love it. So nostalgic. So
amazing.
I grew up on Sesame Street.
Kofi Annan was on Sesame Street. Like that's the most G's thing ever, man. Like,
okay, since you want to throw
the original OG.
An urban word, I'll also say it was lit.
Yeah. Like he's the original OG, man.
Anybody that's everybody passed through the Sesame Street.
Pardon?
Anybody that was everybody passed through Sesame Street.
Yeah.
All the amazing things.
Yeah, I think it was a bedrock of a lot of childhood learning. But ending on a very fun note, so songstress Becca got married over the weekend. Wow. So congratulations to her. She married her Nigerian beau, who's like an entertainment guy and like Ice Prince manager. So Ice Prince came for the wedding and everything. Take a look.
I found love in you, and no other love will do.
Wow, I love it. I can't see much of a gown, but it looked lovely. But that's how you do it. That's how you do it. All of a sudden, just pop up and get married.
Yeah, I think that'll be noted to self.
No, seriously.
Oh, I'll come back on a Monday morning and I'm married.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll try that.
No, but congratulations to Becca. She looks
absolutely
happy.
So that's how we call it a wrap right here on 30 Minutes. We'll be back your way tomorrow, which is a holiday. Woo, woo, woo. So Baraka de Salah to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. I might probably come in my whole regalia tomorrow, with everything else inclusive. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting on 30 Minutes. Until then, my name is AJ Sarpong.
And I'm Melissa Aouad. And don't forget, hit us up on Twitter, AJ Sarpong, Melly Mel for real. All our social media handles at Citi TV, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We want to hear from you. The conversation doesn't stop here, but we got to go. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.